Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Chats with Children. I hope you're safe and well. I'm still in Boston. The sun is still shining outside my window. And today I'm delighted to be joined by Barry Duplantis, who is VP of Client Relations at IPA, and Arnout van Hyfte from Biostrand. And we are actually going to be talking about the new LENSai for advancing personalized medicine for biotherapeutics. And the reason we're talking about this is that I was lucky enough to attend PEGS last week and was a guest of IPA at a special dinner they had, sort of introducing the technology. So, gentlemen, first of all, it's lovely to see you both again. How are you?
Good. Survived the travel.
Good. Right. It's lovely to meet you both again. Now, before we start talking about the LENSai technology, Barry, first of all, how was PEGS for you last week?
It was good. I enjoyed it. It was nice to be at a conference of that size with that much interaction with people. I feel like that was the first real interactions that we've had with our clients on a one-on-one basis for quite some time, obviously.
Brilliant. What about you, Anna? How did you find it?
Very well. Yeah, it was very nice to be abroad and have a US soul underneath the feet. And especially, yeah, it was very exciting to also present and represent our company, especially under the wings of IPA now. So yeah, very much enjoyed the experience there.
Brilliant. Okay, now, before we start, as I said, talking about the actual technology, Barry, for those people not familiar with IPA or Immunoprecise as they were known previously, can you sort of give us a quick overview of the business and also why you've changed from Immunoprecise to IPA Hub?
Yeah, so obviously IPA or Immunoprecise has always been synonymous with antibody discovery. We've been doing it for a very long time. We've run over 2,500 monoclonal programs, so there isn't much that we haven't seen. And we've always strived to be a central source of information for all things antibodies discovery. But as we grow and with acquisitions like Biostrand and the further development of Talem, it's really become about the amalgamation of science and business for us. We are, turning from a company that was focusing on antibody discovery to a company that's focusing on drug development from a more biosphere perspective. So the hub really illustrates our goal to build on that and bring together our suite of technologies, which includes LENSai that Arnout can talk about in more detail. But it really, is a powerful way for us to allow our partners to go beyond looking at drug discovery from a target and look at drug discovery from a much larger perspective. And it's interesting because while we can go to a larger perspective to look at drug discovery, it also allows us to, focus in on the individual. So this can lead us towards options for personalized medicine while also encompassing a much larger curated data set to make informed decisions to move forward with.
Great. And for those people not familiar with Biostrand, could you give me a quick overview of that part of the business?
Yes, exactly. So Biostrand is founded in Belgium, in 2019. Today, around 15 passionate data scientists and computer scientists, all united in one mission to make omics data analysis truly effective. And it really fits into the story that Barry told. So today there's a lot of this, what we call omics data, so data on DNA, RNA, and proteins. That in itself is very difficult to digest, let alone that you then, let's say, go from the bigger perspective all the way down to a single patient or to a single mutation that can then lead to diseases. And the beauty is that Biostrand found a way to encompass that heterogeneous vast pool of omics data. So.
Right. Well, we'll look into that in a second, actually. So, as I said, I was lucky enough to go to your event, which was last week, which was sort of entitled IPAi and omics. For those people who weren't able to attend, and that was the majority, obviously, could you give me a quick summary of what the event was about?
The event was about bringing together, you know, a lot of our collaborative partners and to be able to give them an overview of what Biostrand has been doing for the past few years and how does that impact them? How does that really affect antibody discovery programs? How do we reduce timelines? How do we improve service? How do we mitigate risk? How do we provide the best potential drug discovery services as a CRO?
Right. Okay. And let's talk a bit more about that. Then let's talk about LENSai. So, Arnold, could you give me a sort of top line? And I know it's quite difficult because it's quite a detailed technology, but a quick top line overview of LENSai, and also talk about what added value or real difference that technology brings to the market compared to others in the industry.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, well, Lens, as it refers to, is called a new perspective, or brings this data into perspective. And the beauty of the technology is that we can integrate a diverse set of information, data. So that encompasses data on sequences, for example, the antibodies, but also what we call in the industry unstructured data, for example. So everything that is written about those sequences in scientific literature and in clinical trials, so to speak. And the beauty is that the platform, let's say, brings together this data and makes it actionable. And that then translates to what Barry said earlier, is that it allows you to access all the information from one single source. So that helps you to find and to make sense of the data or the experiments. And at the same time, it allows you to pinpoint to very specific targets, signatures within those sequences, because you have access to all the right information and you can, let's say, cross-reference it very easily.
Right. Now, I remember you saying one of your sort of standout statements you made during that presentation was that you said LENSai is to genomics what Google was to the internet. So what did you mean by that?
Yeah, basically that refers to the, let's say, the framework that we invented to do so. That resides in what we call Hyfte patterns. And Hyfte patterns are our proprietary way to structure sequence information. And here let's say the analogy comes to, well, what Google did to the internet is bringing together vast amounts of heterogeneous information sources, from financial to biological data to news, for example. The Hyfte patterns allow us to do the same exact thing, but with sequence information. And because you have structure, you have a way of capturing all that information in once. The next step is also to organize it and to rank it for its most relevant results. And that's why this analogy with Google is so fitting. Because of that. Right.
And Barry, do you have anything to add to what Arnout just said?
Well, I mean, one of the more fun tasks that I've had in the past couple of years with IPA is taking a look at the potential of what Biostrand brings to our clients. So going through our services and looking where we can improve upon what we've had and new things that we can already do. So two of them that jumped out right away as immediately tangible. One is obviously new target identification and validation, and new biomarker identification kind of fall under the same umbrella. So being able to take in data relating to patient samples and non-patient samples and identifying new targets through the individual data sets, but then also cross-referencing them through the biosphere. And then the other one is what we're calling in silico clinical off-target analysis. So Biostrand has the ability through their Hyfte patterns to identify epitope-paratope interactions, and they have the ability to go out into the biosphere and identify potential off-target effects associated with those same epitope-paratope informations, either eliminating lead candidates prior to the clinical trials or potentially personalizing a drug's delivery and identifying individuals that might have off-targets associated with that exact or highly similar epitope-paratope interactions.
That's really interesting. Now, I know there was quite a lengthy Q&A at the end of that presentation that you guys did. So out the back of that, were there any sort of, and I know it's early days yet, but you're still looking at what you can do with all of this, but looking ahead, where do you see the future lie for Biostrand's technology as part of IPA?
Yeah, and like I said, part of the fun of it was actually looking at what was immediately tangible and where we could go with this type of technology. And I don't know if there's necessarily a limit on the different angles that we can go towards. But, you know, one of the things we're excited about is early functional prediction based on in silico analysis of the HIF patterns, and where can that line begin? How early can that in silico functional predictions begin with our lead candidates? These are things that we're looking into, and we're really excited to collaborate with our partners and drive these types of technologies further.
Right. And have you got anything else to add to that?
No, but I think the perfect fit with IPA is the fact that it's, well, both as a standalone, let's say, technology is very beneficial, either for the CRO activities. And so anybody that has access or has these data sets present where we can utilize and gain new insights next to, as Barry mentioned, the TALEM and bring those, let's say, programs forward. So yeah, lots of synergies to discover, and let's say, as you heard on during the event, some first synergies and potential, let's say, intertwinedness that we already identified there.
Fantastic. Now, if people want to know more about what you're doing and even maybe collaborate with you guys and sort of bounce of ideas, where can they get more information? How can they sort of contact you to sort of engage with you to find out more and how they maybe can work with you on this?
People are free to contact myself or Arnout, and we're happy to engage in those conversations.
Right. And is there any other area where they can get more information about Biostrand and the HIF technology and the other services that IPA do?
As far as Biostrand goes, well, we have our website, www.biostrand.be. Also there to get in contact, there's a very easy, let's say, button to find us, book a call there. As far as IPA, I think, yeah, Barry's best put to point you to the right direction.
And obviously the website is www.immunoprecesise.com.
Fantastic. Well, look, gentlemen, it's lovely to see you again. Only a week after I saw you. So obviously virtually this time rather than in person, but it's lovely to see you. Good luck with the collaboration. I hope it all goes very, very well. And I'll hopefully catch up with you soon at another event. So there you go, viewers. I hope you found that interesting. If you'd like to know more about LENSai, Biostrand, and all the various services that IPA offer, then please get in touch with Barry and Arnout. They'll be happy to help you. You can check out the web links, which will be above the video as well. So all this stuff says, Barry, Arnout, look after yourselves. I hope to catch up with you in the not too distant future. And viewers, thank you for watching. Until next time, as always, stay well and stay safe. Bye-bye.